Good evening. Sorry about the late delay on the start. Was on a very important phone call that needed to be dealt with. I hope you are all having a wonderful evening, lovely day, whatever time it may be for you. So we were kicked out of the village at the end of the last session. We have now taken shelter at the Ancient Retreat and have been told to go deal with the Lake Guardians and have them hopefully grant us a red chain. So that we can fix the space rift in time. So that's our goal now. We can't do any research, we can't do any, like, side requests or anything. We don't have access to really much. We still have access to our items via the box, we still have a crafting station we can use. And if we're at the Ancient Retreat, we can use Cylene's Abra to access the Pokemon in our farm, our pastures, if we need to rotate out teams. So that's all good news. However, other than that, like, until we figure out what's, you know, causing the world-ending red sky of calamity up there, and fixing it, yeah. Is that a... That's an Alpha Munchlax. That's literally the second Munchlax I have seen this entire game. And it's just an Alpha chilling over here. Don't care. Get down. Sorry, I'm being sidetracked because this is something that doesn't normally spawn here. Like, Loki knows I'm here. Heck yeah! I will take it. Okay, back on the way we need to go. I'm sorry, that's not a common spawn, I will take it. It's only the second Munchlax I've seen this entire game. I also don't remember the lake being this far, but then again I've been to the lake like twice, so... Oh, there's the Alpha Snorlax. That one lives there. That one I've caught multiple times. Hi, Sneasler. Come on, take me up the sheer cliff face. Because I refuse to be reasonable and do anything that isn't directly in a straight line. Mostly. I will wander for resources. What is it freaking trying to attack me now? I don't know what you're chasing me, but... Hiya! I'm not gonna lie, it is fun to launch yourself. Also, how did you two beat me here? They say the lake actually used to be a volcano. Then it erupted, leaving a huge crater that filled with water, and so Lake Verity was born. It was protected by a Pokemon called Mesprit. It was when Mesprit took flight that people first learned the joys and sorrows of living. Or that's how the old tales go anyway. Why is the... Your ARC phone is beeping! The god cell phone has gotta be the best joke ever. Also, please let me save before I enter this cave. That cave, it just appeared from nowhere. Is that the ARC phone the professor was going on about? Let's do this. Mistress Cognita seems quite intent that you would have to prove yourself to all three of the Pokemon that guard these lakes. This challenge was never for the faint of heart. And that's why we're saving before this. Because if I mess up... I like that we don't even have like our little trainer card anymore, it's just a save screen now. You're just behind me intently staring at the door. There's something about this place I can't quite put into words. Well, that's an Alpha Gudra. A menacing Pokemon stands before you. Trounce that thing. We'll prove to the Pokemon of the lake how strong you are. What if it's not about beating him? What if it's about friendship? Ah, we don't care. I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't let you go bully the new one. So, something tells me that these are just gonna be straight uncatchable. I put the wrong Pokemon out front, didn't I? Hang on. Earth Power. Oh no, I got my typing mixed up. No! It's poison typed. Ah! Okay. Well, we'll do our best with Ice Beam. It'll be fine. I always forget that Goodra's not actually a dragon type. Ooh, using Strong Style doesn't change the move order. Okay, maybe that changes the move order though. Quit. Hang on one second. Leave the door alone. So I have both my spray balls in. Okay, so that gets me 2s in a row if I do Azure Stone. I also honestly have no idea if I'm over leveled. Like, obviously it looks like I'm over leveled, but I don't feel like I have just because of, like, alpha stats, essentially. But I have almost everything with, like, maxed out grit, so their effort levels are maxed out, so I really don't know. Okay, now what? Because Mesprit's not normally a Pokemon that enjoys fighting. That's the way. I can tell by watching that you and the Pokemon you've caught in those little balls truly understand one another. Now let's see about the Pokemon of the lake. You feel a mysterious presence. Ah, it's Mesprit! Complete Mesprit's trial. Okay, well, I know... Oh, hey, there is a save point available here. That's actually really good. Matter of fact, we're gonna do that here. Because I don't know if I'm gonna have to chase this thing all over the map like you do in Diamond and Pearl, and if I have to chase these things over the map, I'm gonna be sad. Your emotions, share them with me. Oh god, it's mind speaking to us. Your emotions, share them with me. Not a chance for sure they're yours. So it speaks from its mind straight to yours. Makes sense for a Pokemon that embodies an aspect of the mind, I guess. When you fell into this land, what stirred in your heart? Bewilderment, because I was having a god speak to me. How did it feel to bond with Pokemon and work together? Heartening. What did you feel when you mingled with Hisui's clans? It's a wide world. What did you feel when cast out of the Galaxy team? I felt bitter. Life is complicated. I accepted it. Life is complicated. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. Okay. You obtain Mesprit's plume. Proof that you've completed the trial set by Mesprit, the being of emotion that lives in Lake Verity. This item is needed to forge to the red chain. Something tells me after is when I come back to catch this thing. I can't even imagine... I can't even imagine what that must feel like, to having a Pokemon talk to you without words. Well, the world's full of mysteries, I guess. I can hardly even be surprised at things like these after seeing the sky itself so warped. Now, we have 2 lakes left to visit. Okay. Well, that one felt simple. Like, battle an alpha Pokemon to prove your worth and then answer questions, okay? Why do I feel like the other 2 aren't that easy? Looks like that worked out well. Gotta admit, you sure know plenty about Hisui, Volo. That's right. You could say it's because I'm a merchant, but mostly I'm just naturally filled with curiosity. I want to know exactly what happened in the past that led us to this particular present. Or more accurately, I suppose, I want to know where I came from and where I'm headed. I want to know my path, so to speak. I think we all like some answers on that. I don't properly know how we came to worship the almighty Sinnoh in the first place. I've even gotten some questions about its true nature. Weighty matters to ponder for sure, but we have an important task before us. Do you want to return to Mrs. Cognita's home? I'll stay here. Then we'll go ahead and see you there when you join us. Oh, I have to go back? Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna throw my giant oversized hoodie on because this room got cold. Which is surprising when you have a, tower with lots of exhaust fans. Oh, much better. The warmth is my friend. Okay, detangle that, detangle that. Okay. So if I just... Interesting, I can still pick those up. Okay. I don't really need to run around. I just want to see what was in the tree. Ah, we're down. I keep hoping for another Cherubi or another Cheerum. I did get the full Pokedex entry for Cheerum. I just had to train up mine and teach it a certain move so I could watch it use that move so many times. But I need another Cherubi to do the exact same thing with to finish out the Pokedex, because I didn't do that before I evolved the Cherubi into Cheerum. Sadly. I forget I can fly. Giant Alakazam Alpha. Hang on, I saw that wisp. Sorry, I will always grab a wisp when I see it, just because I don't want to have to, like, hunt them down. Whee! I'm going to have to eventually to complete it, but... Until then... For now, I shall ignore that they exist and just grab them whenever I see them. That one's an alpha. Is the monkey over here right now? Yes. Yes, it is. Little bloody figure. Okay. We're just gonna go back to this camp, theoretically, so we can leave, I think. It's so weird still having access to the campsites, but I mean, I guess what happens in the field, like, they can selectively report back, I guess. Ah, Mesprit's plume. So the legends told it true, then the red chain must be real as well. I guess, but this all makes no sense to me. These Pokemon represent our minds, and they'll give us this thing and let us bind the world and solve all this mess. But how? Why? Your doubt suggests a keen intellect. I see you're not your clan's leader for nothing. Without the mind, were the rift to widen and the very world to end, would we even know it? One might even say the world, time, space, all creation exists only because our minds are there to perceive it. Perhaps the Red Chain's purpose is to let one see creation as it truly is. I get it even less now. Such are myths, my child, teaching us about the world in their own incomprehensible ways. They urge us to think more for ourselves on the nature of Almighty Sinnoh and on the nature of the world in which we dwell. You're absolutely right. Myths and legends are fascinating things to study. In any case, all we have to do is complete 2 more trials and we will get the red chain. How nonchalant you sound. How confident of success, which you contribute nothing. You tag along only for the chance to gawk at more ancient ruins. Investigate. More and more human voices echo throughout history with the growth of your galaxy team. Okay. I like that she just grows everything medicinally here, but I can't harvest any of it. Okay, so he's just the shop. Let me empty my pack before we head out, because, well, actually. Let's see here. I know this all spray is weird, but I need to, like, start saving that up, apparently. Although I've never used the stealth spray. Okay. Alright. So now we head out again. Oh my god, that's kind of weird. There's a Magikarp outbreak. For now, I must ignore it. Ice Peak Camp, if I have to take, if I remember correctly. Because I think the lake's all the way up to the north. Northeast of the Snow Temple. Yeah, pretty much just straight north. Yeah, it's up the waterfall. Don't question me on this. I've yet to catch a Basculean. Or a Basculin. I suck at catching water types, okay? Without a fishing rod, it's hard. Well, I hit it, but I'm too far for it to actually go in. And you despawn, okay. Alright, Sneasler. Up we go. I wish it wouldn't do those hops. I wish it was just very much into the smooth up climb. Because I really get annoyed when it hops, let's go, and then you have to re-engage this forward motion on the stick to go ahead and actually get progress. I'm sorry, I did not sleep well last night, so I'm a little tired today, but I really wanted to keep playing because I'm so bloody interested. I saw you. Alright, I'm just gonna... Let's see. There's something away from me. I wonder, do you guys like orange berries? Ran away from me. Again, I'm only trying because I haven't caught any of these guys yet. Well, that might have worked. Nope. Get the ball. Stay. Yay! I finally caught one. You have no idea how long I've been trying to catch one of those suckers. Here we are, Lake Acuity. You know, I've been told it contains seawater as well. Nobody knows why, though. It could be a fluke of geography, or perhaps it's connected to a Pokemon somehow. Lake Acuity is protected by the Pokemon Uxie. When Uxie took flight, the knowledge to solve problems was born in people's minds. That's what the stories say, anyway. Their arc phone is beeping. This phone is a weird Deus Ex Machina. A tool that can make caves simply appear from nowhere is quite a handy one to have. It's not quite what's happening, Bolo. I imagine there may be Pokemon in there, protecting the Lake's Guardian. Take care. Let's see if I can actually remember typing properly. Also, is it one or is it multiple? Now let's see what's waiting for us. Well, I know you don't need me to tell you this, Wolf, but I still gotta say, be careful around that thing. Yeah. I haven't even seen this Zoroark wild yet. This is only my first one, and I don't think you can catch it. I didn't check to see if I could use items during, like, the scroll wheel. Yeah. Oh! I can catch! Noted! Agile style. Hopefully this doesn't one-shot it, because I just realized this is going to be super effective, but most outputs are pretty tough. That's so close to insta-death. No! Stay in the ball! I'm gonna chuck another Pokeball at you. As much as I want to send out... I don't have Drifloop on my team for Hypnosis anymore. Yeah! Okay, I'll take that. The little Luxray gave me a head nod, like, good, it stayed in the ball. Knew you could do it. You feel a mysterious presence. Hi, Uxie. I'm saving because I've caught 2 new Pokemon. Howbeit. Come, I will test your knowledge. Combee, Zubat, Unknown, Magneton, Dusclops. Can you repeat that? Okay, Zubat's none, Unknown is 1, Magneton, I believe, is 2, Dusclops is 1. So, 6, 1, 2, 1. Hang on. Okay. I'm ready to answer? This is so weird. As a series of numbers. 6, 0, 1, 2, 1. Did I get it right? Answer me true if answer you would. Hang on. Oh. Quit. I will test your knowledge. I'm assuming I got it wrong. Yeah, I got it wrong. I need some time. I know Combee is 6. Because there's 3 faces. I gotta check Magneton, which I think I caught in the Cornet Highlands. Or I could just do this and then go down to M. Or no, up to M. Magneton, not Magnezone. Ah! So... hang on, I gotta look up a picture of a Magneton because I hadn't caught a Magnum, or... yeah. I somehow have not caught a Magnemite yet. Which is strange because I've seen a lot of them. Okay, so that one's 3 eyes. That's where I'm wrong. So instead of 2, it's 3. I was thinking of the wrong Pokemon in the evolutionary line. I was thinking of Magnezone. Come, I will test your knowledge. Combee, 6. Zubat, 0. Unknown, 1. Magneton is 3. Dusclops is 1. Right idea, wrong Pokemon. So 6, 0, 1, 3, 1. Take this piece of spirit that would bind the world once more. Okay. Uxie's Claw. Interesting. Just one more to go. Alright. So we're slowly getting there. I assume all went well, Wolf. Still, I must wonder, why don't they just give us the red chain? Why all this running around? I can think of 2 reasons. To keep the chain safe, and to test us. Perhaps you're right. Who knows what will happen if it fell into the wrong hands after all. Everyone who's played Diamond and Pearl having a flashback. Though having said that, isn't the red chain for mending the world? Why would some villain have for it? What use would some villain have for it? Who can say for sure? Maybe the red chain has some other use besides mending the world. You could well be right. I guess we'll have no way of knowing until we get the red chain for ourselves. So shall we return to Miss Cognita's home? Yeah, like if it's just gonna make me go back anyway. Wonderful. Then we can see if Mistress Cognita has any more insight to share with us. I wish at this point it would be really cool if, like, instead of having the sectioned off world, like, sections, you could just have a true open world experience and roam the whole thing. So that's Uxie's claw. I sense a warmth to it. The Pokemon of the lakes are strange, how they play on your mind somehow. Indeed, yet we want to add just a dash more speed. Things in Jubilife Village are tense. What makes you say so? It seems that a Pokemon's been glimpsed on the other side of the rift. One of those Ginkgo Guild merchants informed me that Commander Komodo has raised a force, not to survey the Pokemon, but to subdue it, should the need arise. One of those Ginkgo Guild merchants? You make it sound as if you're not one of them. Now, if a Pokemon were truly to appear from beyond the rift, what would become of everyone, I wonder? Just completely ignores that call out, by the way. That settles it. Wolf, there's no time to lose. We've got one material left to find for the red chain. Let's go get it. That's a spirit. I'll come watch this historic moment unfold. Watch. Is that all you really do? Remember, once you've sought the third lake and found what was needed for the red chain, make for the shrouded ruins. I really am liking Volo slightly less, like, because remember, in the beginning he called us out for obtaining plates. And Volo said that they were also obtaining plates, like, the type plates and stuff. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm gonna assume the fog. Oh wait, no, I think it's the Mirelands is where the lake is. Ah, shit. Oh well. That's what the bird's for. So the fact that he called us out for gathering the plates, essentially. Nope, wrong one. Nope, that way. And then said he has also been gathering the plates makes me kind of suspicious, because why does he need them? I mean, I don't know why we need them. I'm assuming because all they do is change Arceus' typing, if I remember correctly, but hold items don't exist in this game. But we're gathering them as key items, so I don't know what's going on with those, but just the fact that he's like, oh yeah, I've gotten some. Why? I'm coming in to kind of like land because I want this wisp because I can see it. Like I said, if I see a wisp, I grab a wisp. Alright, and bird. Yeet. I will admit this is semi-convenient for getting around. But once just like the fact that you just constantly lose altitude and have a random glider is kind of weird to me. Like, why can't I control whether or not the bird goes up or down? But, like, I can make him go down, I can't make him go up. It's just kind of irritating. Yes, hi. Another one I've yet to catch. One moment. Oh, you're an alpha too. Oh, this is gonna work out great. I'm going the wrong way for this. Nope. Lamb. Die! Where's Whiscash? All I'm missing from here, I think, is Baroach. Hey, hang on, hang on, hang on. No, 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 no. Where did you go? You slipped out that door. One sec. How did you even get this open? Come on, back here. No. I don't want to have to play referee right now. Now you should be able to open it. I will play referee later, because I gotta clean out your litter box. It's said to have been formed by volcanic eruption, much like Lake Verity. Though there are other theories that say it was carved out in the midst of a Pokemon battle. This lake is protected by Pokemon Azalith. When Azalith took flight, the will to do what needs doing was born in people's heart. Or that is what the legend would have us believe. Again, the random... The god of Pokemon is acting through your phone is such a weird thing. In we go. I imagine strong Pokemon can wait inside, protecting the Pokemon in the lake. We'll take the Garchomp out first. Let's see what we're up against. Ah! The evolved form of Quillfish that I don't have yet. I heard about this one from my grandfather. Those quills, they're venomous. Well, you'd be a water poison type, so yeah, this works. Yeah, no, I have it latched now. I legit forgot Quillfish had an evolution. There's like two quills sticking out of its eyes. That feels like it would be uncomfortable. Ooh, interesting. So you're not a water type. That poison jack hurts. Oh, we're just gonna do this again. You know what? I just remembered. I can catch this thing. I want to catch it. Be forgetting that that's an option. Yeah. I want to point out, like, we just had 4 new Pokemon appear in the pasture via that Abra. That's my wolf. You feel a mysterious presence. Ah, you. Show me your unyielding will. Strike me if you can. Oh! Balms? I guess you're meant to throw them at Azalith. Oh god. He teleports. You seem to hear a voice inside your head. Will you abandon this folly? I'm not through yet. I mean, it's reading my mind, so... You seem to hear a voice inside your head. It seems you'd best give up. Will you continue regardless? I'm not through yet. I feel like this is one of those tropes where like it wants you to give up and that's like a failure. Oh, it just kept appearing in the same spot. Interesting. Give up. You're struggling in vain. Will you press on? I'm not through yet. take this piece of spirit to bind the world once more. Oh boy, I just let us hit it the last time. It was not using the mind-reading powers. Got its fang. I didn't realize these guys had fangs. Oh, that's a weird outline. It looks like our lake's journey is complete. Alright then. It seems we finished the Three Lakes trial. If I remember correctly, we were told then to head for Shrouded Ruins. I don't know what could await us there, but I'm always excited to explore some ancient ruins. Let's be on our way. Oh, it's the place where I was catching the Krillia and stuff. Shrouded Ruins. Mist is so very good at obscuring things. It's long been said to blur boundaries. If we're somehow to bring together the world of humans, the world of Pokemon, and the world of myth, then maybe we need such a setting as this. That being said, what are we meant to do now? It seems I've made it in time. Showing up only when the time's right, huh? With age comes wisdom, I guess. I had the aid of a rather remarkable Pokemon, if you really wish to know. Right, but how do we make this red chain? I hardly know. You speak of a divine instrument, one said to be capable of binding the very world. Do you really imagine it could be forged by mortal hands? Then what are we doing here? Why don't we have any time? We don't have any time to waste. Yeah, about that. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, the Pokemon of the lakes. So I guess if they offer you up the red chain, it doesn't hurt them like it did in Diamond and Pearl, where they were in pain, you know, forging the red chain against their will. You've received the red chain. Bye, I guess. So it was true. The pact our people have passed down for all these generations has been kept. At last, I can set this burden aside. You've succeeded once again. Yet the things do not seem to be going so well for the rest of the world. What's that supposed to mean? I had some news from my fellow merchants in the Ginkgo Guild. It seems that the commander is going to forego waiting for our investigation to finish. He plans to climb Mount Coronet himself. What's he thinking? Even if he makes it up there, what can he do against a giant time rift in space? Well, he doesn't yet know that our wolf has managed to get the red chain now, does he? That's right. We've got to let him know that it'll be alright now that we have the red chain. Even the commander should see reason and then call off this foolhardy plan of his. But he said we weren't allowed back until we fixed the problem, and we technically haven't done that yet. We've just obtained the tool to do that, supposedly. Alright. Does he have to battle us to keep us from... He's all depressed and we just go bolting by. Wait, you can't... I can't believe you... I just let you pass right by. Thank goodness you're still alive. Dude thought I was dead, apparently. I mean, of course you are. I knew you'd be alright. Wait 1 second. I'll let the captain and professor know you're back. Oh, my dear Wolf. Professor, I know you've been worried about Wolf, but there's no need to cry. I'm not crying. Do not mock your elders if you please, Ray. And besides, weren't you the one who couldn't get a wink of sleep from all your worrying over our friend? You didn't have to tell him that. Just ignore him, Wolf. Anyway, where's Captain Silene? Wasn't she coming with you? She's buried under a mound of work, I'm afraid. We'll join her in the Survey Corps offices. It seems her hands are more than full now that Kamado's gone. He's gone? Well, he set out for Mount Cornet with the Security Corps in Tow is the word. He's determined to handle this whole space-time rift business himself, including dealing with Pokemon that's been spawned on the other side. And since I'm such a fine fellow, I took over watching the gate for the Security Corps folks. Well, we aren't getting anywhere out here. Let's head inside and report to the captain. So the only reason I'm allowed back in town is because security and the commander's gone. Got it. So you managed not to die, just as I were. Well done. Sure, thanks to your Abra. I have no idea what you're implying. All I know is Abra vanished of its own accord, inconveniencing me greatly. Before moving forward, I must ask. I assume that you are here again because you've managed to learn something of use? I got this red chain. Go on. You explain about the red chain that you obtained. A legendary tool said to bind the very world. Commander Kamado is no longer here in Jubilife Village. The Security Corps has been scouting the area in the nearest space-time rift, and they reported sightings of something on the other side of it. Something that resembled a Pokemon. The commander made the decision to take the Security Corps up to the mountain and prepare to fend off any possible threat. They were to make for the temple at the peak. The boss may be tough, but it still seems like a bad idea to do something so risky without Wolf's help. As captain of the Survey Corps, I hereby order you to proceed as follows. Wolf, take the red chain to Mount Cornet, make your way to the peak, and put an end to all of this. You are officially reinstated at your former rank. Alright. Are you sure, Captain? Boss isn't around to prove that. If you didn't wish for me to decide things in his place, you should not have left me in charge here. Then I'll go as well. We're all in this together. We're members of the Survey Corps. Naturally, no one suggested you should not. Alright. Well, hey, there's... Why is there Lucario just standing here with a request? Garoof. Something the matter, Lucario? Are you one of the farmers? I'm Rai. And you are? Oh, you're Wolf. Nice to meet you. What is it, Lucario? Garou. It seems Lucario has sensed your strong aura too. If you're willing to battle us, could you come to the training grounds? Okay, cool. So it's funny, I could just kind of ignore what's going on and go back to side quests of the game now if I wanted to. Which I'm totally about to do. Well, let's see. Lucario. Techlosion. It's not standing around here. No. Alright. Probably not yet. I'll probably have to wait until later. That's fine. Oh yeah, he finally evolved into a Dustox over there. I'm gonna go ahead and put these back. Because if I'm climbing the mountain... There we go. Alright. There you are, Wolf. Irida's already headed to Mount Cornet. How are things looking here? Commander's already at the mountain. He's already started up the mountain. He must be more reckless than that dignified manner of his lets on. Not that I can blame anyone for wanting to avoid wasting time. Well, alright then. I guess I'm going after him. Let me go first. If you were to show up with no warning, there probably would be a fight. Time's a waste, and see you there. Who's the reckless one? Oh no! Hey, you've gotta run out the village, right? But you're still trying to find a way to help us all? That's right, Wolf worked hard to get that red chain to help everybody. Too right, and a fine job she did too. The Survey Corps is always hard at work for the sake of everyone here in the village, as well as for the sake of our relations with Pokemon. Thanks! Here, take this! Aren't you the Spiritomb quest giver? A Max Revive! Well... shite. Also, that Mr. Mime's frame rate in the background. Your orders are 3. 1. Make it to the summit camp, and from there, Temple of Sinnoh. 2. Use the red chain to resolve this mess. And 3. Return here alive. Cylean has become very attached to us at this point. So do I get a 3rd camp set up in this area now, or... Volo. I heard the latest, so you've been accepted back into Galaxy Team, have you? I suppose congratulations are in order. Here's some max potions to celebrate. Oh god, what fight am I about to get into? It looks like the big moment is upon us at last. No doubt it'll be fine. After all, you worked so hard to earn that red chain. Both have headed to the peak as well. My good friend, I wish you great fortune in the battles to come. Oh, God. I truly do regret losing one of our most beloved and loyal customers. It seems Kamado has intended to use Summit Camp as a base of operations for this undertaking. As for me, I think I will set up shop closer to the temple itself. Oh, no! Go away! Things certainly seem to have gotten out of hand. Well, if anything goes wrong, the Great Melly will be here, for moral support at least. I don't like you. You're rude. Not that one. Well, ow. Whee! I was like, there's no Alpha Electrowire, and then it popped up. Ow! Stop it! You gonna stop me? This is Stone Portal. I've been told not to let anyone pass, but I'm really not sure. What's the point any longer? You think you could go ask for me? So you couldn't pass through here because it was story related. Interesting. Oh no. Who are you? Ah! Benny. Oh, still alive and kicking. Sorry about having to shutter the wallflower. I'd much rather be here now, serving up some freshly grilled potato mochi. It's always potato mochi. But that taskmaster Kamado's gone and left me to oversee our food supply. He always finds a way to even put these old bones to work. While I'm handling that, I suppose I'll handle you as well. Time we got rid of you once and for all. Dude. I'll make myself plain. As Kamado's right hand, I'm charged with executing all the gritty deeds. He can't or won't do it himself. I gave him my word I'd get rid of any fools that might dream of getting in the way of his plans. And besides, it's not just Kamado who longs to live in a new home free of fear or strife. His dream is mine now, too. You've seen my smoke bombs before, right? Well, this is how you're meant to use them. When I heard you managed to quell those nobles one after the other, oh, did it ever make my blood run hot and my heart pound. Oh, God. At last. At last! One final opponent worthy of my great ninja techniques that have been left to molder all these long years. Benji, you okay? Or Benny? Oh, Miss Magius. Haven't even seen one yet. Arr. Let's see if I can get lucky to apply a frostbite. Nope. Ow. Just regular ice beam. He's got 4 Pokemon. At least he's doing it one at a time and not 4 at once. Like other battles. Sneasler. Almost one-shot it. Interesting. Well, that time did it. Okay, Glaylade. My poor Warlord's just slowly being beaten up with fighting type moves. Iron Head. Followed up by Iron Head. And now we watch Walrein faint. Gardevoir! I'm not surprised. Yep. Okay, set up the Calm Mind for the stat boost. And there's the Psychic. I'm thinking Torterra is my best bet. Simply for the fact that it's very psychic type. Fairy typing messes up so much stuff. We're in a cave! How do you dodge a rock slide in a cave? There we go. Interesting, I was expecting another max potion. We'll just finish it off with the Leaf Blade. Seems my ninja techniques will soon be consigned to history. Dude, why are you fighting with your eyes closed? Oh, at level 84. Nice. Very good, young one. Very good indeed. Only a foolish ninja who tries to keep after a target they know cannot be beat. And to be honest, I don't hate you. Might actually like you after a fashion. At least for the skill you show in battle. Listen, Wolf. Pokemon are truly terrifying creatures. Commando and I just saw our hometown burned to the ground by a maddened Pokemon running amok. We lost plenty of friends and comrades that day. That's why he came here to Hisui to try and build a new home where people could live free from fear. But to achieve something truly great, you sometimes have to take extreme actions. If, hypothetical as it may be, a Pokemon were to appear within the space-time rift, he might just lose hold of his reason. Save Kamado from himself, by force if you must. Do that, and I'll stuff you full of more delicious potato mochi that a human stomach can handle. Stop feeding me potato mochi! Alright. Hey, we got our card back! Interesting. Oh, he healed everybody for me. Okay. Oh, well, If that's the case, then we're just gonna save. Eat. Come on. You can sprint. It's fine. Doot, 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 doot. Let me leave the tunnel. Okay. Well, there's Volo. I still don't feel right about him. You've brought the red chain? Wolf, you're the only one who can stop whatever's unfolding atop the mountain. That Pokemon that's apparently been sighted through the rift. I think it might be the almighty Sinnoh. But Commander Kamado stopped us from heading toward the temple. I want to point out that's very clearly Arceus up top there. And they're like, oh yeah, it is the almighty Sinnoh. Is that a person in full plate? What? Where did you get full plate? You again. I've heard that this red chain of yours will bind the world. I assume that bind the world means to hold the world together, keeping it as it's meant to be. A welcome idea, but I can truly put faith in such tales. Trust me, dude. You have to trust me. You're not going to, but, you know. Do you think even the red chain is some trick on Wolf's part? She worked mightily hard to get that thing, and I should know, I was with her the whole time. I saw her rise to the trials and set by the 3 Pokemon of the lakes. If she somehow concocted all of that on her own, then what hope do we have anyway? Perhaps you are right. But if I were to simply place my faith in this girl, and the faith that we were to be betrayed, then how could I possibly face my people? Then work together with us. Should something go wrong, I'll take complete responsibility. This dude is ready for a Pokemon battle in full armor. Fine, enough. Let fate decide what happens next. Whichever of us is stronger will prevail. Face me with your Pokemon. Today we battle in earnest. What are you doing? Okay, he also has 4 Pokemon. Hey, Braviary. Oh, Walren's still up front. And this is a win for us, finally. We're not going to talk about the level difference, okay? I was exploring and having fun. Ooh, a Golem. Ow, Stealth Rock. It's interesting though how I already had a double move lined up and then because Braviary got knocked out, Golem got to reset that? I'm not surprised. See if I can get to do one shot. I doubt it, but I'll try it. Interesting, I can't get that double team move to come up. Ooh, those spikes are gonna... Okay, it's gonna just got you. Hey! Out from behind there. Go on. Out from behind there. Ooh, Snorlax. Ice Beam, regular strength, and then try a strong style of Ice Beam. Hang on. Ah, so close. Okay. Ow. Giga Impact hurts. Typhlosion. When in doubt, grab the ghost type. My ghost type that somehow knows a fighting type move. Ah, it's a Clefable! No! Get the normal fairy type away from me. It's also a variable health tank, but that's neither here nor there. Yep. It's a tanky one. We'll just hit it with regular strength. Just regular strength it again. Hope that's enough. Yeah, okay. God, Clefables are tankier than a freaking Snorlax half the time. Any Pokemon that threatens our life here must be eliminated. My poor Walrein didn't get any XP. You're truly a force to be reckoned with. Whoa. The Fate have decided. I concede, and I apologize sincerely for doubting you. Commander, I know I have no right to ask this of you any longer, but please use that strength of yours for the sake of the Galaxy Expedition team. No, for the sake of the Celestia people and all Pokemon living in Hisui. Don't worry, Commander. We've got the red chain. Wait. How are you here, Volo? Did my Pokemon get healed? They did! Alright, cool. So we're just gonna save again. Because I don't know what I'm fighting up here. I'm assuming there's another fight. Queue up to lead with Torterra. Oh. You're here. Zisu? The commander's headed to the temple, but I fear the situation's already beyond our control. Okay. Wait, it's the Lords! Kleavor, Lilligant, Arcanine, Sneasler, Avalugg, Weirdeer, Ursaluna, Basculesian. There's the Electrode, which just looks really weird. Once loyal to the ancient hero. Ooh, and Braviary. Okay, what do you guys have to say on this? I just wonder what happened on the other side of Space-Time Rift. You can do this, I believe in you. Oh, took one step too many. Oh well. It's time to use the red chain. Let's see what it can do. Hold on a sec. My head. Something's talking inside my head. Oh god. High-pitched ringing noise. You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human. What are you saying? What do you mean, catch you? Almighty Sinnoh? I think Almighty Sinnoh spoke to me. Oh no. It's telling me, you hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human. For the fight to come. Take these. 10 Ultra Balls. I'm in danger. I don't like that. It's like, here's a max revive, here's 3 max potions, then after every battle so far, it's just healed my Pokemon for me, so I haven't had to use my resources. Oh no. Hi, Dialga. Okay, so the team you picked to help you with your journey for the lakes is apparently the one that you get first. I know you get every Pokemon, so... It just broke the chain. Great. Hi, Dialga. Why did I leave with Torterra? It's like level 65? Don't kill it. Okay, that works. Okay. Oh no. I'm gonna agile style it with fight. I know it's weird, but I'm terrified of using Bulldoze again. Oh no. Nope. I'm gonna try it. I could probably get away with one more bite, but I want to try it. Nope. It's like, no. God, that hurts so much. Alright, one more bite should put it real low health, and I should be able to capture it. Yeah, I can't do any more damage without murking it, so... I low-key wish I had Drift Blimp just for Hypnosis at this point. Wait, what? Okay... That was... not easy, but I mean, that didn't feel like a legendary fight. She caught it. The red chain is shattered, but we owe the Pokemon of the Lakes our thanks for getting us this far. Well done. Masterfully handled. But did the rift close? What are you doing over there? I was watching you this whole time as you battled and caught your way to simply stunning victory. You're truly the pride of the Survey Corps. It's all because she had to show her the ropes when she first got here. Wait, it's happening again. I can hear Almighty Sinnoh. No, it's called Dialga. Mighty Dialga speaking to me in my mind. Space-time is torn. Awful powers spill forth. The frenzied one comes to fight. Now, human. Fight it with me. You're telling me there's another one? But the red chain's smashed to bits. No way even Wolf could tackle another Pokemon as strong as the last one now. Wait, is the next one Palkia? Like, is this just gonna spit out Palkia? Oh my god, this is great! Oh. Rawr. He's so angry at it. He's like, retreat! Wait, why are we retreating? Is it because I didn't have room for God in my team? Well, a God in my team. Oh, I mean, we didn't back up that far. All of you, we must vacate this. God, forget the fancy talk. Book it, come on, we gotta make it back to Summit Camp while we still can. We need to leave before this other Almighty Sinnoh decides it wants to fight us. But Commander, we can't just leave it here. You dunce. You won't be used to anybody if you die up here on the mountain. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, we gotta get gone. I like how the proper just went out the window. Such dreadful power, it's certainly beyond our current capabilities to survey such a creature. I'd be amazed even if you managed to stay on your feet before it, Wolf. Did you notice the energy pouring out of the rift? It seems likely that the buildup of this same energy is what caused the strange lightning that threw the noble Pokemon into their frenzied states. I can't believe there really were two Almighty Sinnoh after all. Guess that means neither of our clans was really wrong, huh? I must apologize from the bottom of my heart? Oh, you're playing with your toy at my feet! To the both of you, as fellow leaders. You saw the truth that I could not. You never abandoned your trust in Wolf. And to you, Wolf. I acted on ill-conspired presumptions and drove you from the Galaxy expedition team, forcing you to face great hardship alone. Despite all that, you still strove to save all of Hisui. Well, it's not like we could just sit back and ignore the space-time rift. And we understood, Commander, that you had reasons to act as you did. Commander, might I suggest we return to the matter at hand? We've left things in quite a state up at the temple. It's the stuff, Mr. Professor. You'd rather face what's in front of us than dwell in the past, huh? This is what I'd expect from a real scientist. There it goes. A dependable attitude indeed. Yes, let us move on. No need to speak any further about my rash actions, not to mention my loss of composure. It seems having Wolf about has been a good influence on all. Yeah, thank goodness you were here, huh? We'd have no chance of getting through this disaster without you. You're still not through it. How is she to keep fighting? The red chain has shattered. Relax, I've got a plan. Thanks to what Mighty Dialga told me. Dialga, the Pokemon that spoke to you? Yeah, along with its name, it also told me what we need. Oh no. The Stone of Creation's beginning. The Chain of Red. The Vessel of Humankind's invention. Unite these three and calm the chaos now pervading space. And finally, the Mighty Dialga said it wants to go with us back to the temple. Well, the Red Chain, we have at least. The pieces anyway. I did collect them. And the Vessel of Humankind's invention, I dare say it might refer to a Pokeball. That's got to be it, but what about the Stone of Creation's beginning part? Leon might have some ideas. He's knowledgeable about stones and minerals. He even goes digging for ore sometimes. Okay. What are your thoughts, Professor? Do you have any idea what the stone could be? Thinking, perhaps I do. Could you lend me those plates you received from Weirdeer and the others? The ones that Volo said had messages engraved upon them? The ones that have just been slowly being collected? Just as I remembered, here on the back of the Earth plate, it says, when the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I think this may be a hint to what we need. What do you mean? Don't you see, we must search for stone, or rather ore, I suppose, that shares the same material properties as these plates. In fact, I believe that young Liam might know just where to find such a thing, as he said he'd been investigating it at Volo's urging. Now that you mention it, the Volo fellows come about the Diamond Settlement asking about those plates before too. Seems like a lead worth following. It's decided then. Thus begins our search for the Stone of Creation's beginning. Although the name's rather a mouthful, wouldn't you say? I propose we just call it the Origin Ore. Counterpart. God. May we ask for your clan's aid once more? Of course, I'll clue you into the summit camp at once. I thought he booked it. I waited as long as anyone could reasonably expect, but my invitation just never came, so I decided to honor you all with an unsolicited visit. Be glad and rejoice. God, I hate you so much! I see these other lads have their little tasks to be getting on with, but what of the great Melly? What's my role in all this? I'm your leader. Show us some shred of respect, would you? Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and give me a job. Make it a good one. You want a job? Fine. Your job is to support the others. All the wardens are busy looking after their nobles and keeping the people of our clans from panicking. Take a hint. Oh, you silly, foolish boy. You don't understand anything. Everyone has work that they are suited for and work they are not. Oh my god. Oh, and before I forget, it seems you weren't entirely useless after all, Team Galaxy Grunt. Well done, you. Take this as a reward for your adorable efforts. Just my way of encouraging the little people. You're also little compared to me. Dude, I want to punch them in the face so bad. Yeesh, that ugly hat suits you as poorly as this important role does. I don't like this at all. I should be the one consulted for my wisdom. Hisui's ores and stones are her precious resource. Since I was the first to realize the fact that it's only natural I should be the first consulted. If you have a problem with it, perhaps you'd like to take it up with Cleavor in battle, with that bumbling ball of yours. Excuse me? That bumbling ball is more than capable of zapping both you and that ugly bug of yours all the way back to your stupidly oversized tree. Shall we prove it to you now? Give it a rest and play nice with the Pearl Clan folks for once, would you? Bigger things are at stake here. But, everyone back home was all worked up about the fact that you were spoken to by Almighty Sinnoh. Or the Mighty Dialga or whatever. This is the Diamond Clan's day. Be proud. Warden Leon, if you would. Certainly. Then let's set out at once. We make for Primeval Grotto. This is really long, like... I'm technically, what, almost 3 hours into, like, this whole thing? Hey, random quest. What random quest do you have for me? Spiel? Have you lost your friend? I need you to rescue my Spiel. Its adorable round body caused it to go rolling downhill and it's headed straight for the Stone Tooth Rose and Boulder Roll Ravine. Those areas are full of dangerous Pokemon. Please help me find my dear Spiel. How many side quests are there? Whee! Totally not using this looking for a Spiel. Alright, anyway, where am I supposed to be going? Oh yeah, the grotto. I was just kind of scanning to see if I could see the Spiel. Ah, the Alpha Rhyperior has respawned. Noted. I caught it, but it's still just kind of noted. Down on the ground, aren't you? Yeah, you are. That's a Probopass. Nope. Bad bird. Ow. I don't have anything to stun you with. Stop it. You're being rude. This is level 73. You're still being rude. Again for the paralyze. I mean, yes, I intend to catch this thing. But I was trying to get paralyzed off because it's like one of the few ways I have to inflict things. I like how it's like bulldoze will work, but this thing's clearly not touching the ground, so I don't know how bulldoze is gonna work. See if this leaf blade's enough to... Not quite. Try it again. Hopefully it's enough to weaken it so I can chunk an ultra ball at it. Get in the ball. Stay in the ball. I will take alphas and I will definitely take advanced things. Okay, hack. Heals. Top up. Heal the rest of the way. And Warren, we're just gonna feed you that, because I don't really have a use for anything else of it. Alright. I don't think I've been in here yet, is the sad part. Like, I don't know if this was open yet or not. Probably not, but I mean, what a curious cave. I feel some extraordinary power here, as if the world itself was created in this very place. What do you think, Leon? Taking in consideration my knowledge of ores, my skill at mining, and the strength of my Sliggoo's moves, I think you better leave any extraction work up to us, wouldn't you say? I mean, if your Pokemon's trained to do it, sure. We're going to have to ask you to stop right there. Oh my god, they're back! They're back! No! Who's there? We don't have any time to waste with... Clover? We haven't seen you since you walked out of the clan. Where have you been all this time? I ain't telling you nothing. Look, you can carry on digging out that treasure you're after, and then you'll give it to us. I don't know why you even look surprised. It's not like as if you were that hard to follow. What we seek may be precious as treasure, but this isn't about how valuable it is. We need it to restore the awful sky to normal. Ugh, the earnest goody two-shoes act is what you made me leave the Pearl Clan in the first place. I don't care what any of you ran off to play bandit. I won't let you get in Leon's way. There are 3 of you and 3 of us. Let's go. You take charm. I bring good luck to my sisters wherever I go, and ill luck to anyone who crosses our paths. I am the eldest, and I'll be your unlucky charm, especially in this battle of a lifetime. About that. I'm not afraid of you. I'm pretty sure I've started every battle against one of these 3 bandits at a type disadvantage because I just never have my team in the right order for these things. But this one knows Ice Fang now, so that's a her problem. Hey, I got Frostbite on something. Ice Fang. You're the one's Gengar, right? Yeah. The only reason I'm using Agile so much is just to try to prevent like them having 2 or 3 attacks in a row. You're rather formidable. Formidable. 2,000, 4,000, okay. Come on, Clover. Why not come back to the Diamond Clan? Times are changing. We're changing. And we could really use someone as strong as you are. Are you joking? I've got no interest in living back in that place with all its stupid rules. Look, we'll let you keep your treasure this time, but you better do something about that sky. You're strong as ever, Wolf. Maybe you really can do something about that monstrous creature at the top of the mountain. But even if you do, the next time we meet, you won't escape without a beating. Remember that. They're so weird. What did they even come here for? I guess I'll heal up everyone's Pokemon. That coin, I remember, never hesitated to help someone in need, even if she groused as she did so. I suspect they may have been worried about us, perhaps even wanting to help. They should have just said so. What a pain they are, hiding behind all that attitude. You know what? Yeah, that tracks. They are just like the weird Team Rocket of this game. I was able to extract some of that origin ore, or whatever you wish to call it. I suppose it had better go with you, Wolf. Piece of origin ore. Mysterious power spoken of in ancient myths. It's said to contain the power of Almighty Sinnoh itself. That was surprisingly easy. Don't say it out loud! No, you simply fail to recognize my skill. You ought to be praising my hard work, honestly. I knew we could count on you, Leon. No wonder Clevo recognizes you as a worthy warden. Let's hurry back to Mr. Professor and show him what we've got. That Laventon's got sound judgment, plus knowledge to spare by his silly streak, despite his silly streak. This is so weird. So is there another, like, exit to this side, or is there just one entrance? Ah, no, I hate that! I hate that! Oh, I've been in here before. I have, because I remember seeing the Rampardos and Bastion skeletons in the wall. Okay. No Bronzong. Slime. Early before that thing uses Psychic on us. Come on. That stupid Pokey ever. I don't know why I don't just bird my way around. Right, because I can't tell it to go up. Things like that can happen. It's easier than dodging everything. Okay, hang on. So Dialga wants to come with us. But I kind of don't want to take Dialga. I'm not taking it with me. We're just gonna do this. So this is the stone creation's beginning. The origin ore. You can certainly feel an imposing aura emanating from it. Could this be the feeling of the very origin itself? I've been meaning to ask since you brought that up, but the origin of what exactly? Of everything by the sound of it. Exactly, my girl. Now then, back we go to Jubilife Village. Why are we going back to the village? Oh, this is interesting. Here you are, Professor. What remains of the red chain, broken as it may be? Even in pieces, I think we'll find it still perfectly fits for purpose. We'll be jolly lucky that you had the foresight to pick up these broken bits back at the temple. You're up next. Time for whatever we're calling that stone. Fragments of red chain collected at the great personal risk by the Pearl Clan, the Stone of Creation's beginning, which were first learned thanks to the Diamond Clan. And now time for a Galaxy team to play its part and return these items into a proper vessel. You're one of our team's greatest craftspeople. Could you do the honors, Ray? Just wait, Wolf. You'll finally see what I'm truly capable of. It may take us some time. Perhaps the rest of you best wait outside while we work. Come on, Mr. Professor. Wish they'd hurry up in there. I'm starting to suspect all your prattling about the value of time is a cover for your own impatience. If sitting back and waiting actually solved things, I'd sit forever, because that'd be using time well. Unlike this. We've done it. It's complete. I dub it the Origin Ball. If the message conveyed and our good clan leader can be believed, then this should allow you to catch the Pokemon that has appeared at the Temple of Sinnoh. It's a Cherish Ball! It's the event balls. That's actually really cool. Origin Ball, a singular and irreplicable Pokeball that can be used to catch frenzied Pokemon raging at the Temple of Sinnoh. These Pokeballs of yours are full of wonders. To think the fate of all Hisui could rest in something so tiny. It's interesting how catching a Pokemon in one of these things brings the two of you closer together. Well, hold on. That voice, I hear it in my head again. You mean Dialga? Yeah. It seems like Mighty Dialga's willing to lend its strength for this fight. That's what it's telling me. Dialga's like, let me fight my brother! Let me fight him! The Diamond Clan's almighty Sinnoh, or perhaps I should say Dialga, is fiercely powerful. Everything is ready now. We'll take the Origin Ball and hurry back to the Temple of Sinnoh together with Dialga. Okay, like, everyone's telling me to take it. I might have to take it. Prepare well, and then make for the Temple of Sinnoh once more. I don't want to take Dialga, though. We're gonna empty our pack and then we're gonna go. Oh, great. She's here. There we go. Alright, I am going to save, however, because good lord. These cutscenes are extremely long. And here you are, Lost One, ready to face your fate atop Mount Coronet. It seems a vicious battle might await you. I go where I must. Oh, well said. Now, hearken my words, young ones. Time cannot be severed from space, nor space from time. The being you will encounter at the top of Sinnoh, at the Temple of Sinnoh, is Palkia, ruler of all space. If it is allowed to run wild, space itself will wrap around and bend Hisui, and eventually the very world may be broken. But if you have the aid of its counterpart, Dialga, the ruler of time, therein lies hope. I have to bring Dialga! Now take Dialga at your side and to head to the Temple of Sinnoh once more. They literally stop. Like, I have to have Dialga in my party. Fine. I'm gonna feed that thing, like, so much grit before we go, then. It's not that I want to leave it here with you. Garchomp, buddy, you're the newest to the team, and your world will get rocked, sadly. So you chill. I'm gonna go get some grit, and we're gonna go pump Dialga full of some rock dust, I guess. Lord knows I got enough. How did I jump to 10? Just hand me these. Oh, Dialga. Time to boost your stats. 'Cause I don't want to deal with it. Also, this thing had 3 perfects, a 1, and 2 2s. Like, that's insane for a randomly caught wild Pokemon, especially one that isn't labeled Alpha, although it should be. I don't have enough pebbles, but I'll pump what I can. I could see if Zisu's here for trading. Okay, let me use up the pebbles that I have, just because... Okay, so I could get 3 more of these pebbles. If Zisu is available for trading. So... Speed... Attack. I'm gonna ignore both defenses for right now. So I can trade for 3 more. As long as Zisu's back, which it looks like she is, because it looks like all the security people are back. So I'm gonna hope that it'll let me trade with her. Yeah, it looks like she's standing up here. I need to exchange items. Gravel to start. Larger exchange. I now need a grit pebble. 3, so a larger exchange. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so then... I now grab the 3 that I have. And... we're just gonna max that one out. And put 1 there. Okay. So that's as good as I can up Dialga's base stats for this fight. I'm also about to feed him 10 rare candies, but that's beside the point. We're not going to talk about the fact that I'm just basically feeding a god of Pokemon. The equivalent of, pixie sticks. Okay, so you see these things? Yeah, we're just gonna move all at once, move all at once, move all at once. Use that one. All of them. Mastered multiple moves. Should have done this in reverse order. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know he's not gonna get another level off of this, but we're just boosting stats. Alright. So he's good to go. Save and leave this bloody village one more time. Alright, let's calm down your brother. Sibling, whatever. You're just asleep over there. Time cannot be severed from space, nor space from time. Yes. Yes, I know, we've already had this discussion. It's in my party. Thank you. I must say, this is quite the intriguing village. Perhaps I'll look around before I go. See what your clothier has on offer. Is this the time for shopping? Well, I hardly have time for shopping if the world ends, will I, young man? Fair point. Alright, well, once you feel ready, set out. We make for the Temple of Sinnoh once more. Are we just gonna teleport there? Like, that would be convenient. Oh, summit camp. Okay. Semi-close. Alright. I don't know why I'm on the bird instead of the deer for this. There we go. The deer is much faster. As long as they don't run directly into the alpha, we should be fine. Ah! Stop it. Later. I'll deal with you later. I have bigger fish to fry. Why? Why are you just standing there, Volo? What do you want? Just the girl I've been waiting for. I know you can buy various sundries at the base camp, but I thought it might be helpful for you to if I set up here closer to the temple. I want to have front row seats if there's a chance to see into the world of myth and legend. I'll probably be creeping by even closer once the actual battle begins. Oh, but you won't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. And besides, I know all too well the strength of you and your Pokemon. I've got no doubt you'll have this whole thing tied up in a neat bow before I could possibly be in any danger. Volo, you're starting to really put me on edge, dude. Like, this is more than just enthusiasm about history. This is like creeper levels now. Alright. Oh good, the three of you are waiting again. For so long, I thought that I had to eliminate any outside element that might threaten the people of Jubilife Village. Whether that meant banishing you or seeking to destroy the Pokemon of the temple, I felt it was my only path. But you've shown me that I was wrong to think in such a way. Are you ready for this challenge, recruit? I'm ready to fight. Let's do this! Let's get Palkia. Let's meet tomorrow together. What's that supposed to mean? It's saying we've got the Diamond Clan. It means I hope you'll both stay safe. Well, perhaps it's worth listening to what the Diamond Clan has to say sometimes as well. We will support you in whatever way we can, though I doubt you'll need it. Protect Hisui and her people. Protect time and space for her Pokemon. Now, is this going to launch me straight into battle, or can I save right before here? Hi. I'm back. Oh, don't you dare frenzy. Did that thing just murder Dialga? Well, I'm alive. Okay, Dialga's alive. That's good. Wait, do I not actually fight Palkia? Oh god, no! What is that? What the... What is that? Palkia, you okay, bud? Game load. Thank you. Ah, no! No! It's a boss! Oh god, it teleports! Oh, this is painful. How long is that gonna be up? Okay. So as long as it takes it for him to summon another one. That didn't die far enough. Come on. You're magic, you know this? I was not expecting a boss fight, right? Like an actual Lord boss fight. I should have. Yeah? Like, what else am I gonna do? I was not ready for this. Why? Okay. Watch for that first attack, because I have no idea what that was. Okay. Oh no, come on! Ah! That was a delayed dodge. Come on. Ah. Why is it not inputting that? Nope. Ah! I accidentally dodged into the one that's still there. Ugh, this is gonna be a pain to fight. Alright, do your teleport to me. Well. I immediately get hit because I can't time anything properly. See, that time I hadn't even moved, but it's so delayed on me getting hit that it just starts dodging. Okay, well that's new because I finally got it down below a quarter. Making this big enough. Ah! That stupid pulse! No! I went the wrong way again! Ugh! Why is there not a potion to heal my character during these fights? Because it's not gonna get tired. Like, I can tell you that right now. This is, Dialga went ahead and stopped it from a full-on frenzy. It changed forms, and you gotta do it yourself. Doing better than what I was. Yeet. Oh, see, now it's doing big meteors and not lines. What is going on? Yeet. How many big meteors before you pulse again? There's pulse. That was going the wrong way. Also, these pulses are getting wider. Pulse? No? Okay. Yeah, I'm having as much as I can. Okay, there's the lines. Okay. Ah, wrong way! Come on! Do not be dazed. You cannot afford to be dazed. You literally have 1 hit point left. So you're a thing with 5 freaking hit points. Okay, I gotta blow half. I'm really annoyed that you never get tired though. Oh no! No! Get out of here! Oh my god. I finally got him tired. 3/4 of the way down, and I finally get him tired enough to attack it. He's level 65, okay. But he's an ice, or water dragon, so at least he normally is. I don't know about this form. got Frostbite stacked on it, which is good. So we're just gonna keep agile styling this whole fight. Because I don't want to use Thunder Fang because you can override a pre-existing condition with a new condition in this game. And that little just extra damage was nice for the 2 turns I had it. How? How did we miss? I was also slated for 2 moves, you jerk. Okay, so I cannot use a Pokeball right now. So I think I have to beat it in order to use the old Origin Ball. Spray it down! Hose him down, boys! No, 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 no. Ah! No, no, no! Dodge! Dodge! Dodge roll! Dodge roll! We're so close to beating it! Yes! Stop it! I was gonna be so mad if I died right there. I was 1 hit away from death for so long. Get the ball! Oh god. It's better a big firework. Oh, this one shakes 3 times. Okay. The fact that a light shines down on it's kind of cool, but I like the firework coming out the top. Hey, I fixed it. At least I fixed the sky. I don't know if I fixed the rift yet, but we're getting there. So wait, did Arceus send us to do his job because he didn't want to discipline his children? She caught it. She really did it, didn't she? My eyes aren't lying, right? She actually went and caught it. See, this is the reaction I expected the first time I played through Pokemon games and you caught legendary Pokemon. Oh yes, what a good show. What a catch. You contained that fearsome thing in the Origin Ball. Absolutely astounding as ever, Wolf. Thanks, Sinnoh. Just what I'd expect of my protege. Yes. Sniff! So even the commander sheds a tear now and then. Never thought I'd see the day. Yes, what a sight to have witnessed. Ouch, what gives, Commander? Not sure I deserve that sumo throw. Well, it seems that there's no dream, at least. Listen up, all of you. We faced a calamity unlike any we have known, but we were able to overcome it by working as one. This calls for a celebration, a festival for all of us. Gather your clans. This will be the greatest celebration Hisui has ever seen. Celebrate with the Diamond Clan? 2 clans together. Huh. Well, since it turns out that we've both been following a true almighty of Sinnoh, I guess it's time we fight over whose was wrong or right. I guess the times when we fight over who's wrong or right are the ancient history now. Okay, that's how that works. I'm sure our ancestors would be shocked to see us agree. This may well be the best path toward protecting the space we all share. Let us celebrate, for today dawns a new day for all of those who live in the Hisui region. But I'm still stuck here, like I haven't been sent home. So is this the end now? Is gonna be this big celebration? And then we still have post-game content. Oh yeah! That's the end of the actual storyline. Oh my god! And the thing is I still love this. Like, I know there's still after-game content, like lots of post-story content and things, so we're gonna play this again tomorrow. still don't trust Volo, though. Like, I was expecting something from them. Definitely, like... I love this game as proof of concept. I feel like we're getting closer and closer to true open world Pokemon games, because I feel like when you were banned from the clans, banned from Jubilite Village, the world should have been truly open at that point. Instead of all the fast travel methods, like you should have been able to just truly roam the world. I wish we got to explore that a little bit more, being banned a little bit longer. The Arcanine. Sneasler, man. Oh. I dislike you. I dislike that Warden so much. Like, I thought Leon was kind of annoying because Leon was a kid, but... Oh, that one's a special form of... Bleh. I also kind of want to know more about Cognita. Like, she just kind of appeared and, like, was like, ah, yes, I know this ancient lore, and tells us, and then we go do the thing as she advises us. But I feel like there should have been more there. But, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I enjoyed Diamond and Pearl, the original, which I obviously enjoyed it a lot. I had over 1,000 hours in my original save file. I kid you not. The remakes are okay. I miss a lot of little things that didn't get put back into the remakes. But this is fun. Like, this is so much fun for a Pokemon game. The fact that the day this dropped, I was able to play it for 24 hours straight, and I think I dozed off maybe twice, and that was just sheer exhaustion because I'd been up for 36 hours by the time that stream ended. Like, I haven't been sucked into a Pokemon game this hard since the original Diamond playthrough. Like, my very first time playing Diamond. Because that was with my Nintendo DS Lite. My pink Nintendo DS Lite. And I remember my parents getting so upset with me because I could not put that game down. Every time they turn around, they're like, hey, we need you to go outside and take care of these animals. Hey, you need to go, you know, clean up your room or whatever. I refused to put that game down. Constantly. And the sad thing is I was still devouring books at an enormous rate at the same time too. I was still reading like 7 books a week, if not more. And I'm not talking like little bitty books, I'm talking like big chonker books. Because I was a voracious reader, I still am. But, oh my god, like, I love this. And I know there's a lot of post-game content and I'm so excited for it. But we have 2 of the gods on our team. That's such a cool little thank you art. She's flying with Braviary. Oh, they were on the date in the corner. The 2 from the coastal area. The one who gave us Basculegion and your ARC phone is beeping. No! Seek out all Pokemon. Yep. RC is telling you, hey, you're not done yet. Alright. Times you've seen it use Aqua Tail. What time is it? Because I started late. 8:30, okay. We're gonna leave it here. I know it seems dissatisfactory, but we are going to leave it here. And we'll be back with this tomorrow night. And we will start at our normal time of 6 o'clock. I just had some stuff come up and it had dinner delayed and all that. So, thank you again everyone for joining me. I am Dominant Wolf 18. I appreciate everyone who comes in, lurks, and everything else. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you may be. And I will see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time, and we will continue Legends of Arceus. Because now we're entering post-game content, and I'm excited to see if the world changes at all. I'm excited to see if new Pokemon spawn in areas that we've spent so much time in, and I still need to obviously work on my Pokedex, because I haven't seen everybody yet. I haven't even obtained everyone that I've seen yet. Nor do I have level 10 research on everybody yet. So, I will see you next time. Have a wonderful, again, day, night. Bye-bye!